Last night, the Spurs defeated the Pelicans 120 to 116 in overtime. The the highlight of this game, despite the Spurs winning, was Zion Williamson posterizing Victor Wembanyama twice in this game. The first time came on a play where he drove to the hole and Victor tried to block him and he got all of him. He was able to just slam it right hard on Victor. The other play was this play where he got a putback out of nowhere and was able to dunk on Victor's back. Both were exciting plays. Even though I'm a Spurs fan, I can give him credit. Those were amazing dunks. They were pretty exciting. Those were human highlight film type of dunks. So I give him credit. I'm not even salty about it, to be honest, because when it comes to 7 footers, they're always going to get posterized. It's impossible for them not to. They're so big. Doesn't matter how great of a shot blocker they are. All the great 7 footers have been dunked on multiple times, including Shaq. I had to bring that up because he always lies that it only happened to him like once. Whereas there's this one YouTube channel that has now shown like him getting dunked on 7 or 10 times. So everybody gets posterized. I can definitely appreciate it and respect it from an excitement perspective. As a Spurs fan, the only highlights of a Spurs player getting humiliated that really bothers me is the highlights of Hakeem Olajuwon schooling Dave Robinson all the way back in 95. That was very traumatizing as a kid to experience. So those are like the only highlights that ever gets me salty. So I can respect that. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of NBA fans were hyped about Zion taking it to Victor, despite Victor holding his own against Zion. Like Victor blocked him 4 times in this game, but a lot of NBA fans were hyped about it. They were some funny memes on social media, which I read. Some of them were Zion was built to take on Victor. Zion's here to free us from the tyranny of Victor. So I thought that was pretty hysterical, kind of painting Zion as this hero and Victor as this apocalyptic villain. Like he was like Apocalypse from X-Men. I thought that stuff was hilarious, but it got me thinking about how a lot of fans, want to see Victor have a rival in the sense that they don't just want to see him completely just dominate the league like he's playing a bunch of elementary school kids out there. They want him to face someone that can challenge him, which I definitely understand. The game is always more exciting when it's competitive, when there's someone that can challenge another great player. That always results in great, exciting basketball to watch and enjoyment for the fans. But I thought that was interesting. And to credit Zion I was gonna say is that he was fearless against Victor. Like he had no fear, despite Victor blocking him like 4 times in this game. That he actually tried to post up Victor a bunch of times, and Zion does have ridiculous strength. He was able to move Victor underneath the basket, but it didn't work out in his favor despite having the strength and post-up ability because Victor is just too damn long and was able to swat him every time. But he wasn't intimidated, so you gotta give him that he was fearless, and that's what people want to see. They want to see Victor get challenged. So yeah, it made me think about just a potential rival for Victor. Who could that be? Maybe it can be Zion, but I wouldn't say it probably will be. But you never know. Zion, if he can stay in shape, he can also be a great player in this league. I think no one questions his talent. He has had the talent forever. People question his work ethic, his desire. I think that's the only thing online. What's interesting about Victor and Zion, both of them, when they got drafted, got a lot of hype and were hyped up to be like the face of the league. That's how great people were expecting them to be. So far, only Victor has been living up to that potential. Granted, I wouldn't say he's the face of the league yet, but he's really getting there. It's starting to happen rapidly. But Zion, the last several years, he hasn't really cared to be that face of the league type of guy. He's slacked off. He's gotten out of shape. Granted, this year he's in the best shape of his career. Hopefully he can maintain it. So they do have those parallels. Maybe if he keeps it up, if he stays in shape, this could be a rivalry down the line in which fans could get excited about. I definitely would be for it. That would be exciting. But like I said, it shows to me that fans desperately want to see a rivalry in the NBA. They want to see something that they can get hyped about watching when it comes to the regular season and the playoffs, and especially when it comes to Victor. Like, it just makes you think about what Wilt once said back in the day, that no one cheers for Goliath, that everyone's looking for a David to match up with a Goliath. So it'll be interesting to see who is Victor's David, like in the sense like who will stand up to challenge him in the NBA for years to come. I don't know who it is, but I'm definitely going to be scouting for it as a Spurs fan. I'm sure people will definitely be cheering for David when it comes to going up against Victor. Obviously, I'll be rooting for Victor, but it definitely will be interesting.